New information about iOS 12 is leaked online, and it doesn't sound that great. Hey you, it's me, Curtis P. It's time for some coffee. Starting off with some big news coming out of Apple, as it appears Craig Federighi has told employees that this year's iOS 12 will not be feature-packed like past versions. This year, it's all about those bug fixes. This year's major mobile OS is going to be focused on reliability and performance. Now, originally iOS 12 was going to have some interesting new features, including a brand new redesigned home screen, updates to apps like Mail, even the picture-taking process on the iPhone was going to be tweaked a little bit, and CarPlay, well, it was going to finally get an upgrade. But unfortunately, that's all been pushed back until next year with iOS 13. Now, there will be some new interesting AR updates inside of the actual system and some health features, but beyond that, not much. There are still rumors that Apple plans on unifying the Mac OS and iOS apps into one. That's still on track for this year, but very little information is currently known about that. Overall, this year is going to be very much like a High Sierra update, but for iOS, working to eliminate bugs and software issues, but beyond that, not a lot. So what do you think about Apple taking a year to refine iOS and remove some of the bugs? Do you like that idea, or would you like the idea of some brand new features instead? You can let me know in the comment section down below, or of course on my Facebook, Twitter, or even on Discord. But from that, let's jump into some quick news for the day. We talked about it on Monday, but Ming-Chi Kuo doesn't appear to be convinced that there will be a brand new iPhone SE coming this year. Originally, rumors said the new phone could be announced in June. Ming-Chi Kuo, though, doesn't think Apple has enough resources to develop a brand new phone at this time of the year, while the company is also working on 3 new phones for the fall, and of course, new OS for the summer. It was a good day for Google yesterday as the company finalized their $1.1 billion deal to acquire 2,000 engineers from HTC's mobile division. These engineers will now be working as part of Google's hardware division, developing the next generation Pixel phone, which is expected to be released this fall. If you're a big fan of Bitmoji, then look out, as Snapchat, the owners of the app, have released a new update that includes hundreds of new options for users to use to customize their characters. There are brand new skin tones, hairstyles, eyes, and even hair colors, along with different facial features and even accessories for your digital self to wear. You can check out the app for all of these new items and update your character there. And Waymo appears to be making a big move towards their goal of running a self-driving car service, as the company has placed an order for thousands of new vehicles for this fall. The company already operates over 600 Chrysler vans with a level 4 self-driving ability, but the company is hoping to expand their efforts. Now, initially, the plan will be to have humans behind the wheel to actually help riders feel safer in the cars, but it's not expected to last long, as Waymo hopes to run a full self-driving taxi fleet in the near future. And that's just a few quick news stories for the day. Of course, to learn more about these topics or anything else I talk about on today's show, check out the description down below to links to all of that right down there. Some interesting news surrounding the Boring Company's Flamethrower that started going on sale this week. The company has sold over 10,000 of them already for $500 a piece. Now, that's a lot of flamethrowers already, and a lot of people sort of raise the question, is this thing even legal? Well, surprisingly enough, the gun actually does appear to be legal in the US because it has a flame that isn't over 10 feet in range. Now, you might think a flamethrower sounds like a pretty awesome thing to have, but according to a California government officer, he doesn't think so. Miguel Santiago plans to introduce legislation to prevent Musk from actually selling the flamethrower, releasing this tweet: "If this is real, I'm outraged and you should be too. If this is a joke, then it's a terribly insensitive one, given we're coming off the worst wildfire season in history. Either way, not funny, not gonna happen." So maybe not everyone is interested in a Boring Company flamethrower, but the company has sold over $5 million worth of them so far, so some people must be interested. And the company themselves hoping to sell the remaining 10,000 in the near future. So, you know, if you want a flamethrower, this is a good place to start. It's only $500 too, so it's a good deal. Some big news at Amazon's headquarters in Seattle, because after 7 years of planning and construction, the mini rainforest spheres in front of the company's main building are finally open to everyone to visit. The glass spheres themselves can hold 40,000 plants from 30 different countries around the world, and they can accommodate up to 800 people at a time. That's a pretty big amount of people. This space is going to be used as a meeting location for Amazon employees, or more or less just an area to relax. And a fun fact, the biggest sphere itself is 90 feet high and 130 feet wide, which makes them pretty freaking huge. And that's all for today. If you enjoyed today's show, make sure you hit that like button. And of course, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. And of course, join the notification squad so you can stay up to date on all of the latest videos I post throughout the week. If you missed the show on Monday, you can click or tap right over there to check it out. And until Friday, everybody, I'm Curtis Paradis. Have an amazing day.